A weekend in the life as I travelled to the Monaco Grand Prix and Newcastle United's final game of the season. So the weekend started with a sunrise flight out of Edinburgh to Dublin, where I had a few hours to kill en route to Nice.
What time is it? 8 o'clock. When is too early for a Guinness?
Well, never when you are in Dublin, and at the airport they have an outdoor beer terrace, so a Guinness or two seemed appropriate in this fine weather before I continued on my onward journey. And 2.5 hours later, most of it queuing, I was on the French Riviera and basked in sunshine, apart from that cloud you can see. The tram system from Nice airport will get you into the city centre no problem at all, and then after a good night's sleep I woke up in the morning, had a wander around town and along the coast, and found this place for a morning orange juice, which was lovely, apart from the fact it cost me €7.50. Then it was a walk up to Nice's train station, here it is, and from here you can get the train to Monaco for €10 return, and just look at this journey along the French Riviera. What a gorgeous trip this was. Once at Monaco Monte Carlo's train station, it's really well organised on F1 weekend.
And here we are, this is Monaco.
And what an experience it is. Monaco on F1 weekend is just one big F1 party. There's merchandise shops all around town. My ticket was Rocher, which meant a walk to the top of the rock. But once at the top, just look at this view you get of Monaco, the harbour, and of course the racetrack as well. There's the pit lane there with cars on track. You can see all of the fans in the grandstands as well. Those tickets are rather expensive, but from up here it's a really nice way to experience the F1 in Monaco. And after 24 hours in the south of France, it was time to get the last flight out of Nice and back to the UK, and then it was on to Newcastle for Newcastle United's final game of the season. Here's St James's Park looking stunning as usual. Inside the stadium, anticipation building as Newcastle United looked to secure a Champions League spot. So it was into wings, hospitality. My guest for today, the legend that is Mick Quinn. We did the match build-up in front of all of today's guests, and then soaked up the atmosphere just before kick-off with another spectacular display from War Flags. And as the match got underway, there was no doubt some nerves crept in, as Newcastle United really needed to win the game to secure Champions League. As it turned out, they lost, but because results went their way, they still qualified for the Champions League. Mick Quinn and I very happy about that. And then it was time to return home to Edinburgh on the train after quite the sports travel weekend.